Hey guys, it's a triple pepperoni pizza roll kind of day. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to AfterBuzz TV's weekly recap of the hit NBC, the #1 NBC soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Oh wait, it's the only one. But it's still #1 to us. Here joining me today with a mouthful of triple pepperoni pizza rolls is my co-host, Mr. Tony Moore.
Hi everybody, it's me, Tony Moore.
And sitting next to Tony Moore is the handsome new addition to Days of Our Lives, Lucas Adams.
Hello everyone.
Welcome.
How are you doing?
Plays Trip Dalton on the show, for those of you who didn't know him by his real name.
Exactly.
When you see him at McDonald's, don't yell, "Hey Trip." Yell, "Hey Lucas," okay?
There we go.
Just do that for
Much
me.
appreciated.
And also joining us in the studio in the little baby's corner, because he's a bad boy, is James Lott Jr.
Hello, you guys. It's me, James Lott Jr.
And James Lott Jr. has joined us today because he has something he wanted to share with some of you. Some of you may not have seen this on his social media, so he wanted to come in today and talk to you guys directly. So, Lucas, if you don't mind,
No, please.
James would like to
have
have
the
a
floor.
little word.
At the floor.
And I'm going to have a triple pepperoni.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Wow.
Okay, Maxine Waters.
Auntie Maxie. Hi, you guys. You know you guys are my first. You never forget your first. Fans and followers. And I wouldn't even be at AfterBuzz doing all the things that I've done if it wasn't for this show and these OGs, Mark
You're
Freeman
welcome.
and Tony Moore.
You're welcome so much.
I
You're
didn't
welcome.
have, first of all, I didn't have anything to do with it. It was Tony.
Well, okay. Well, actually, again, I mean,
I didn't have anything to do
I
with
barely
it.
knew where I was doing.
Look, I went away for a week. He showed up.
That's true. That is
Yeah,
true.
what? No, it's
Yeah.
true. No,
Actually,
it's
the
true.
very
Yeah.
first time
I came on.
I was lead host,
Yes.
Yeah.
you were gone.
I was
and
gone.
Christopher Sean and Hira Ambrosino were our guests.
Or I
Yep.
guess.
Yep.
Or I guess.
Yep.
And
And,
I came on.
oh, I was in Australia.
Yeah.
This
I was in
dance moms.
Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to get some down under.
I beg your pardon, madam. I beg your pardon.
I'm trying to think, was Kyler Pettis filming anything in Australia then? I'm just.
That was over 2 years ago. Stop it.
curious.
We might have to ask him.
Yeah,
Oh,
would you
ask
find
him.
out?
Oh my God, look at
That's your
him.
little homework. That's your homework
Yeah.
assignment.
I'll ask him a question.
Lucas, how dare you participate in I thought we were friends.
Sorry.
We brought you
James.
triple pepperoni pizza rolls.
As usual, James, we have digressed. Back
I
to
love
you,
it.
James.
No,
Back to
Okay,
you. Back to you.
okay, I'm sorry.
No, I
Go
love
ahead,
it.
my
Very
chocolate
serious
twin.
moment. Can we get some very
Yes.
serious music, please?
Yes. And cue
rolling.
James Lott Jr.
So, what I was trying to say, yeah, I came on as a fill-in because Tony was out of town. Because Peter Ramos, the first guest host of the first host of the show.
He hates you.
I know.
He's gonna make a Lego on you.
I know. Oh my God! First host of the show. Then I became kind of a fill-in when Tony wasn't here. A couple
Which
times.
was a lot.
I mean-
he was a roadie for Kyler. Oh my, did that
that come
that
out?
was my inner monologue.
Use your inside voice.
I get those mixed up. Sorry,
Use your
go ahead.
inside voice. And I just want to say, because of this, and I came on the show, and I was a host for a year on the show. And you guys have since I left a year and a half ago, and you guys are still so kind to me. As you guys know, I'm leaving the soap block.
Where you going?
I'm still
He's going to chase Donnell Turner around.
down
see.
General Hospital.
There we go. There we go.
Jonelle, hashtag Jonelle. But no, I'm going to still be involved in AfterBuzz TV. As you know, I'm leaving General Hospital Report and Bowl Breakdown on this show. But of course, I'll pop in every once in a while.
Yeah, he will.
Yes,
Yes,
he
he will. Yes, he will pop in all the time. Even Lucas agrees. Yes,
Yeah,
he
he'll
will
go
pop
in.
in.
I'm shaking my head.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you guys haven't seen my video, it's on all my social media platforms. I can't tell you what's going on. But I want you to know that I'm not going to leave the soaps forever. I'm not. You can still talk to me about the soaps. I'm going to still do soap interviews. I made friends in the soaps. I'm not going to go away forever, so I'm still around. I just won't be on the AfterBuzz Soap Block show. So that's all
On a regular basis.
On a regular basis. And I
You'll
just want
be-
to tell you
you'll be
guys.
in and out, but-
Yeah, and I just want you guys to know that I love you guys so much. I mean, they are the best fans. You know, Dave's fans are the best fans. They're the best fans. And I mean, these are long-time
I hope
fans
your
of
GH
us.
fans are watching. Just saying.
No, they all know that I came here. I was here first.
You were here
I
first.
was here
They can
first.
understand.
They
Yeah.
understand. They understand.
Yeah.
I love them too. They know I was here first, and I wouldn't be anything without them because I started here first. And so I love you guys for all the positive messages you sent me and all the thank yous and things you said about me, and I appreciate it.
Oh, I wish we could have cued Barry White's "You're the First."
My last, my everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so then we didn't have to hear you guys sing it. Anyway.
I was sitting around.
I thought it was very lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
just saying.
We appreciate you. And by we, I mean James and I.
This half of the room.
So, well, James, thank you for stopping in. We
Yes.
appreciate it. You can stay as long as you
I'll
want.
stay for a little while.
He ain't going nowhere.
And don't forget, you guys, to rate us and review us on iTunes. Give us
Yeah.
5 stars.
Yeah.
My guess is you'll probably be fan of the week if you do it.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Good guess.
Again, it's not the only way we choose fan of the week, but it is a surefire way to get fan of the week.
Well, it's Mark's way because, you know, he can only deal with so many of the social medias at once at his age.
Anyways, you can follow us on Instagram.
Hashtag Shady Sunday.
Shady Sunday, that's right.
Follow us on Instagram at Dish and Days and on Twitter _Dish and Days.
The ad is implied.
Ad is implied. Also, another quick announcement. So sorry, Lucas.
No.
There's usually not this much.
Hey, this is y'all's show.
This
I'm
is-
just here.
Well, it's for you.
It's for you.
This is for
Spotlight you.
Alexis couldn't be here. She's still
yes.
on her way back. She's on a plane on her way back, but she actually texted me this morning and literally said, will you please thank the Dish and Days fans who contributed to her wedding fund?
Yay.
She is now Alexis Plumley. And congratulations, Alexis. And when she's back, I'm sure she'll be happy to talk to you about it. She said she was going to do a video message, but she's lost her voice. So she asked me to, because I have a big, booming voice, to fill in for her.
It's just loud.
Anyway, moving right along. And don't forget to watch GH Report After Us, Restless Wrap Up, and Bold Breakdown, the whole soap block on Sunday. So you
soap
are
block.
welcome. All right, boys. I don't know how much of this week you've watched,
saw some.
but what did we think of this week's Days of Our Lives? Did someone just knock at the
I
door?
thought so too.
I thought I heard it, Doc.
James L. Jr., open the door.
I bet there's no one there.
Someone
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I heard it too.
just thought maybe it was Billy.
Oh my god.
Just comes
You
in.
know, he
steals-
likes to
steals
surprise
plate
me
and
and
walks
get
away.
me all
Walks
worked
out.
up.
Being upset as to like why he didn't receive triple
Yeah.
pepperoni pizza rolls.
He's not going to care. He's
Yeah,
not gonna
well,
care.
I bet he is.
Anyways, this
so
week's Days.
This week,
Focus.
I thought this week was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting. I thought there were some very powerful performances that we will discuss.
Yep.
But definitely fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
so.
fun.
Did you watch a lot of this week? Oh, good. Okay.
I at least try to watch some of my things just because I like to.
Yeah.
I like to coach myself on it, so I just at least watch that.
We're going to give you notes at the end of the show, too.
Please.
Yeah. yeah.
Perfect. Anyway.
Please do.
Things Lucas can do better.
It's a new
one.
segment here at Dish and
Yeah.
Days.
yeah. Just thought of it just now.
You might need a bigger notebook.
Just now.
All right, well, let's get into the top storylines. Now, it was funny because when I was doing this outline,
Wait, are we
I-
gonna flip this? I thought
Oh,
we were supposed to flip
Oh
it.
yeah, hello.
Thank you, Lucas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hello, Lucas.
Wait a
Thank
second.
you.
I would also like to introduce our new co-host of Dish and Days
Yeah, I know exactly right.
because he knows what he's
I
doing.
was really excited about this part.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
So it is now time to start.
Dish and Days.
That's what we're saying.
And now you're going to
Sweet.
flip that bitch.
Look at that.
Boom.
There you go.
Ticket to the gun
Yeah.
show.
What's that?
We saw
And
that
help
bicep
yourself to
kind
triple
of.
pepperoni pizza
Yeah.
rolls. So I felt like there were 4 major storylines this week.
Hey,
Did
live
you
your
feel that
life.
way? I mean, I wrote it as 3, but I
Yeah.
feel like the first tidbit is we can elaborate more on.
Sure.
So, but that, I'm just
Yeah.
putting that out there because I'm thinking out loud right now.
That's
anyway,
fine.
all right. So first, and we all know that when I lead host, we always start with
Oh
Billy.
jeez.
So we're gonna start with Billy today.
Oh, surprise.
It's okay.
William.
Sip that tea.
He didn't
Sip
get the
that tea.
he didn't get the triple meat. So
He sure did.
just gonna say that.
That's gonna be a GIF. Just my
Yeah,
brother.
exactly.
So it was Chad, Abby, Gabby, and then I kind of, because Sunny kind
Threw
of
in Sunny.
comes in at the end there.
Yeah.
So Abby wakes up from her,
Coma.
hit by the car.
Yeah.
And then Gabby overhears Chad talking to her, and hears all that, and then Chad and Gabby basically decide.
Side note: there was a lot of overhearing.
Yeah.
The past 2 weeks.
Like
Yeah.
the old days.
Yeah.
Everybody always in the old days. It's always over here.
I mean, listen, I'm nosy, but like, there's a lot of conversations that I don't overhear that I wish I could overhear.
Because you're late.
Oh my God.
I was waiting for the words to come out of his mouth so I could get, because I was like, I know what he's going to say. I know what he's going to say. And I know what I'm going to say back.
I'll give you that one.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so they broke up. Sorry, Gabby, Chabby with an I fans. Sorry, but not sorry.
Don't start a war, Mark. Don't start a war. It's already war out there. Those
They
IY
already
fans.
hate me. I don't care.
But I mean, to be honest, like I think after the whole Halo 2.0 thing and the Martin house, I think we kind of fell in love with Chad and Abby again.
Yeah, but you...
I said a long time ago they were endgame. I said they're endgame.
No, but you and Matthew both said you preferred him with Gabby.
I did at
For
the
the
time.
record.
Okay, thank you for the record. And
And can we
FYI,
play back that footage? Thank
Right
you.
now.
No, because like when Marcy came on as Abby, I didn't see it. I didn't see that connection that they had that he had with Kate. And I mean, it's just two different actresses, and it takes a little bit to warm up. Well, now that
It didn't for me, but go ahead.
because anything with Billy Flynn, you're already warmed up for, lady. But now that this has happened and the Martin House thing happened, like it kind of reignited my flame for them, and I'm like, well, maybe Gabby is better with JJ.
See, to me, this is what I was talking about a long time ago. Now, I said they were endgame the whole time. I hated how they kept them apart. So
Well, you have to keep soaps. You have to keep them apart a little bit so you can get them back together.
But here's my point I'm actually trying to make, is that they did it right. This, like, now I like the fact they made us care for them now. They actually started to write storyline and make them, make everything happen along the way.
But I will further that by saying, had they not messed up all this crap with Dario, which actually they talk about in the new soap opera digest.
Look at you picking up
no,
the
I
soap
get it.
opera
I get it.
Yeah,
digest.
it's only because he brought it for me.
I brought it for you.
But there's a whole thing in there about how they misused A. Martinez and Jordy. So read that if you want to. We do not work for Soap Opera Digest, so don't let me do that. But because when Jordy came on and they were having those scenes with Abby and Jordy, or Abby and Dario, sorry. I liked it, and I kept going. Remember, I even said,
Well, we all
I
did.
actually kind of like them together.
Yeah, they're fine.
I wasn't upset by it,
Right.
but
Because it
then they
worked.
just messed with the character of Dario, and it just became this
agree.
whole like, is he good, is he bad? But they couldn't decide, and just like, okay, let's get rid of him.
I mean, listen, let's call a spade a spade. He kind of went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs a little bit, and he was very pushy.
I can relate.
See,
You really?
especially this week.
I can relate.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait till we get to that, because you definitely got a little bit of your mama in you. You do. It crept on out. It lied dormant for a little while.
So after Chad and Abby tell each other they love each other still, blah, blah, then Chad springs on that he's going to turn himself in.
I really wish people would stop turning themselves in until they know like the full truth. You know what I mean? Like if I don't fully remember something,
Right.
you actually think I'm gonna go to the Salem PD and be
Right.
like, oh hey, FYI, I think I killed him.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
Who would do that?
I need to go to prison.
Right. Like I don't want to do
I'm not
that.
fully sure, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
it's like I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm close enough. I'm pretty sure I had the knife in my hand or something, and then it gets fuzzy.
Yeah.
I would sit back in the karaoke mansion because that's my preferred place to sit and sip tea.
Like, okay, good luck, everybody. Yes.
Kyler's not going to probably show up there, though, just
Oh,
so you know.
jeez.
You give the guy one compliment, one, and he just sticks with you.
So then Chad turns himself in, and they immediately. I love how they don't put him like he's not in another cell. He's like, you're going straight to jail. We're gonna put you with your friend, Sonny.
Right.
Anyway, so they're there, but then quickly figure out that he didn't do it.
Right.
That he walked in on Sonny possibly having done it, but he did help him move the body.
Yes. Okay. Are you ready for this, Mark?
I'm ready for this. And we had more Halo 2.0 flashbacks, which
We
are always
did, and I actually really enjoyed those. And I have to say, Billy cracked me up during this. Because he's like that friend that's aware but not fully aware, and is still like kind of in party mode and kind of slightly making jokes about everything.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Bravo, Mr. Flynn.
Oh, make that a GIF, somebody, and send that to Billy Flynn.
I did it long enough so that they can make it into
There
a
you
GIF.
go.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. What? How many minutes in is this?
Oh God.
How
here you
far
go.
into the show? About 15 minutes in. Okay, I'll tell Billy to check it out. Got it.
Lucas, what did you think about all this craziness and shenanigans that's happening with this group of people?
Like what we're just saying?
Yeah, with Chad.
Chad and Abby.
I mean,
and-
I think I kind of agree with the whole Chad and Abby thing being together because they, I don't know, every scene that they do, at least the ones I've seen, like every scene they do, they work together well.
Yeah.
And not only the actors themselves, but the characters themselves.
Yeah.
Like they make sense, and it's like you know, almost every romantic comedy, like everything that happens to separate them will always bring them back together.
Yeah.
And it's just, and so that's what always had made sense to me in the first place. So.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
well,
I
fine.
agree.
So-
Like I said, they're endgame.
I don't know.
So they're endgame.
Yeah.
They are.
I agree. I mean, I just saw his like whenever we went to the daytime Emmys, I saw his Emmy reel. And whenever he's tearing apart the mansion, that was the saddest thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And I was like, well, man, I get it. So every time they're together, I'm like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he like destroyed his house. Like,
He sure did.
He said like the saddest
Exactly.
thing, like what, like let's renovate or something.
Yep.
And you're like, oh man, whoa.
Because because when
That
they
was so sad.
when Kate was on the show and he asked her to move in, he said if she moved in, he promised to renovate, and then
Okay.
she died or went missing, and so then he's like, oh, I never renovated.
She ran away from
Yeah.
the cuckoo bin.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was like, I'm out of here, bitches.
Anything else? Did I forget?
No.
That was pretty much.
I think that was pretty much it.
The whole
Oh,
Chad and Abby, Sunny.
did you mention Gabby and Chad broke up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. See, I'm in and out. When it comes to Billy Flynn, I'm in and out. I'm in and out.
Clearly.
I'm in and out. I'm in and out.
Clearly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there was that shirtless scene with Kyler.
Oh, jeez.
There was not a shirtless scene with
Oh,
Kyler.
I've got his attention again. All right.
There was
moving
a
right
shiftless
on.
scene with Eli.
I had a feeling you were going to bring that up.
Well, the only reason why I mentioned it is because
Like
when
at
I
7 minutes and 32 seconds.
Because-
this happened.
oh boy. Well, listen. When
what day was it?
I don't know what day, but I will say this. When I saw the scene, all I thought was Willa and moan. Yeah. So shout out to Willa. That scene was for you, Willa.
That was
Yep.
Willa.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now let's get to Trip, Kayla, Patch, and Joey.
Ooh. Ooh.
Was help yourself, girl.
Yes. Yeah. Take a handful.
So at the beginning of the week, Joey got a call from Jade. And basically, we didn't see it on camera, but he finds out. Jade basically tells him that she told you
Manipulated me.
that Kayla was the one that killed his mother.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Trip likes to listen to the wrong people a lot of times.
It's okay. It happens in
Yeah,
Salem.
I know.
It happens.
You're
I know.
town. You don't know
And
better.
it doesn't help that his mom was also crazy, like you said. So it's
Exactly.
like he got a piece of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's like,
yeah.
and then everybody else says something else, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, I can see how you kind of fall for it because she obviously knew something. So when she blurted that out, it's like you didn't put two and two together.
no,
that
He
she
had already
hated her.
suspected that Patch was covering for something.
Exactly.
For someone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it made logical. It did make
Yeah,
logical
it made
sense.
sense.
And I think we
The
even talked
person-
about. Well, at least that was because sometimes Days does stuff, and you're like, ugh. But that actually made sense. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. I could see how he could believe that. I could see how that Patch could do that. So
Yeah,
it all
he's
makes
not.
sense.
Yeah, because Trip's not dumb. He's just more like he wanted to find an answer, and then when it was like whenever he was told this, it was almost like, oh, this is too good to be true. Like,
Right.
This. Yeah, you're completely right. It must be her because I knew he was covering for someone. I knew this was going on.
Right.
And she's obviously the logical choice because it's like. I mean, she was jealous of her. Ava was already trying to kill her all the time. Held
Trying to take her man.
Killed her dad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I mean, that's,
It all makes sense.
That's,
Yeah.
more than enough reason to.
But so before Joey can get to you and everybody when the drama's going on, Kayla actually confesses, and you take the knife to her, and Steve tries
The
to stop
scuffle
all
in the
that.
nap
Yeah.
room.
Which I was so worried about with the scalpel because, I mean, for one, it's a scalpel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, and like I get that obviously it could really kill someone.
Right.
But like I was so nervous holding it in my hand, going like, okay. I had to like hold it like farther down because I was like, my hand is taking up the entire scalpel and doesn't even look menacing anymore. I was like, I gotta figure this out. So I would like hold at the very end of the scalpel to make it look just like it looks more like a knife.
Menacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was so like, okay, a scalpel. I can work with that. I can work with that.
Yeah. So then Joey came in. I loved the whole thing.
It was
I really
lot.
liked it. It was a lot. It was intense. I thought James did a great job. I thought everybody involved. Well, we've been saying this for a while that we love Patch and Kayla. We love their storyline. We love how you coming into the thing. It all seems to be working. It all is good, and I'm glad that Days is giving this airtime because it's good and everybody in it is amazing.
Like sitting and watching the scene in the nap room, I just always like to bring up that it was in a nap room. It was so intense and it really had you like at the edge of your seat, and it was like I had my ooh girl, oh my god, ooh, ooh, all kinds of moments. And like you did such a great job because as I mentioned earlier, we all know your mom is a little, not your real mom, but like Ava, is a little crazy. And although we've seen this very like cool side of Trip, we knew that crazy was gonna come out eventually. And it came out in this nap room. And it was so intense, and it was watching the biggest family secret unfold like all at once. Oh.
Yeah. No, yeah,
it was so great.
Yeah, because I mean, it was the biggest. I mean, so many people have been a part of that lie as well. Like, I mean, everyone knows about it. Everyone knows about the cover up and things like that. And so, I mean, the fact that they finally admitted it out loud was a big deal. And I mean, it was such a fun day too, because I mean, everyone was on their A game, and everyone was like we were like shouting, we were yelling, crying, and like we're drenched in sweat when we're done because we're just exhausted, and it's like I was drained by the time we were done.
Yeah,
it looked draining,
and but it was also so much fun at the same time because you got to be that evil kind of thing and manipulative and trying to mess with people, and that was really fun to do though.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
It was fun for us to watch.
Yeah, and you felt like the dad like vying for his son, and the mom trying to just
Kayla's desperation. Like, Mary Beth doing that was insane.
When she finally was like, okay, fine. If a confession that you want, fine. I did it. Yes, I did it. And then like Patch is like, Kayla, what are you doing? And then Joey comes in, and then they're trying to get him. And even I was kind of yelling at the TV for a moment. I was like, Joey, shut up. Shut up, Joey. Shut up, Joey. Joey. And then I realized he couldn't hear me.
There's something weird about that. It's like the communication is off for like the TV and the person watching.
Yeah.
I never understand that.
it's sometimes when I yell at the TV, in my mind I really feel like they can hear me. Like the next thing they're gonna be like, oh, okay, we heard you.
And I always realize the coaches never hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kyler hears you, Tony.
The coaches never listen on TV.
Kyler hears you.
Kyler hears you.
It's okay, girl.
Oh my God. Now, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever met Tamara Broad in real life? Have you met her in any kind of soap things?
No, I have never met her. Everyone has talked so highly about her, and they said that they loved her, and she was an amazing actor. I've seen some of the things that she had done because I wanted to see who my mom was, and she did things. And she was great, and they said she won a daytime Emmy for that as well. And I mean, like, I've always wanted to meet her, but no, I've never actually met her before.
Okay.
Well, guess who's behind?
Go on in, Tamara. Emmy winner, Tamara Broad.
That almost threw me off.
Really?
Man, we are so good at this show. What a good ass show. Man, we're good. We are so good.
Yeah, they are.
I would have made room and everything. God, good. So you did you watch like her scenes from Days?
I watched a few of her scenes. I had like the NBC app, so I just kind of got on there and I went back and watched. It was almost like highlights. Of a lot of different things of the storylines, and it was like some scenes with like her and ironically like a buzz cut James or Joey, which really threw me off because I had never seen him with short hair. And I told him the next day, I was like, hey, I watched some of your scenes. You had like a buzz cut. And he goes, I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just say like that threw me off for a second. I had to make sure that was you.
Yeah.
But no, I thought she was fantastic, and like obviously the entire family is fantastic, and that's why it was so good to be in that scene in the nap room.
Yeah.
And in the nap room.
That nap room.
That was such a cool with all of us there.
Yeah. So the other part of this whole thing that I kind of really liked was after all this happened, and then you see Kayla with Steve at Joey's.
Oh yeah.
And he says he's gonna confess and everything. That scene with Kayla and Steve was so good, and I even wrote it down. I think I wrote it down in here. When she says to Patch, you actually are overhearing it outside when she says, "If your son goes to prison." If our son goes to prison, so should yours. I was just like, oh, damn, girl.
Yeah.
You are not messing. Like, it was just so intense and so good. And just the exchange about how he was like, well, if you felt this way, why didn't you say something? She's like, are you kidding me? Like, how was I supposed to tell you I didn't want you to look for your son? But you put me in a no-win. Like, it was just so good.
Yeah.
Plus, both of them are fantastic,
Yeah.
too.
Well,
It was so good.
You know, that helps.
It was so good.
Like,
So
they're crazy good.
I asked this question to you guys. Do you think that A, Joey should have confessed, and B, are you okay?
Well, he hasn't yet, technically.
Well, I mean,
Confess to me.
Oh, to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
should Joey have confessed? And do you think that, and do you agree with Steve that he's grown enough to make his own decision?
I think
as
he's
to
grown up to make his own decision.
what he should do.
Yeah.
I want Chip and Joey to be friends. I want you guys to become like,
Bros.
bro, but also like you wouldn't be instant like love fest, but just like I want to see you guys kind of come together somehow.
Well, there was.
And that was like the big shock because we were becoming so
Yes,
close.
you were.
Right.
I
And
loved
that's
it.
when it was like, oh man, you know what's gonna happen soon. Like,
Right.
and like when we were like before we even got that script, we were like, dude, you're gonna tell me at one point. I was like, we're becoming way too good of friends on this show.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to tell me.
I was saying the scenes with you and Joey at the pub. Yeah, those were really good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
You knew it was leading up to
We'll
this.
see.
But
Again, Days does a great job in like building that relationship, and we know that there's that secret. And I kept wondering when it was going to come out. I thought Jade was going to slip up and say something.
She almost did like a ton of times.
right.
Poor Jade.
Yeah.
Oh, Jade.
She's just as crazy as Ava.
Yeah.
That's why I always thought it was
have
funny.
to
I was
agree.
like, man, Trip listens to a lot of crazy people.
Yeah. Well, listen, when you have crazy just dormant in your system,
I was gonna say,
you tend to just go with crazy.
You just kind of like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. It's like me here from 4 to 5:30. I just my brain
there
just
he
goes
goes.
towards crazy for a little bit.
But that's okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Another thing that I liked this week is I had been thinking this, and I feel like you and Claire have had scenes before, but for some reason this week it seemed.
We've had a couple. Like that's why I agree with you. We've had a couple since like I started, but now we're getting a little more.
It just seemed like as soon as you came around the corner, I was like, oh, of course he's gonna talk, because we all know what people are leaving and stuff like that, so we know stuff's happening. But I was just like, okay. I don't know. You could see that there's something blossoming.
Yeah,
there.
I've gotten a lot of that on Twitter, like they calling it clip.
Claire.
Oh, a little
Trip.
clip happening.
I like that.
That's what they're calling it. I'm not promising anything though, because I don't know anything about obviously any storyline.
Right,
But
obviously.
But we enjoyed it. We enjoyed that moment with.
Well,
with
and
Claire and Trip.
I liked in particular when she was talking about how she could relate to what you were going through and how she had just dealt with all the stuff. So it was I don't know. It was believable, and it was they came together at a time where I think it was kind of natural. It wasn't like you're forcing it down my throat.
Right.
Rafe and Hope. But I liked it.
It's funny. I think second, okay, are they related? Are they related? Are they related? They're not related. Okay,
I do that every time.
Me too.
Every time,
I have to ask those questions.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
there's so many people that are related.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
I was like, they're not. I was like, okay, no, because Patches, that's a Johnson, and she's actually an Evans Black, so there's nothing to think on.
Right.
Yeah, like the first time I met Abigail in the show.
Yeah.
I was talking to Marcy, and then we were going over the scenes, and she's like, oh yeah, I think you're my cousin, and I was like, are we cousins?
Yeah.
I was like, we are cousins,
Steve.
aren't we? And she's like, yeah. She's like, because
Steve and Jack.
Jack.
brothers.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm related to a lot of people here.
You are.
Like, I didn't really notice that.
Yeah.
I just still imagine in the writer's room, there's this wall with this huge tree
have
in
to.
there
Must be.
to like
Yeah.
keep it all
Oh my
connected.
God.
I think you have to.
Yeah, because
Or they do a lot of Googling.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you are related to a lot of people.
Yeah.
yeah.
They go to the fan forums.
And then and the whole thing ended with just Kayla kicking Steve out of the pub. Like he came to see her and tried to talk to her, and she said, "Get out."
Sad.
And it was just him walking off.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. Ended.
Super sad.
What I
Yeah.
love though is when she was basically like, "Get out," and he left, and she put the close sign.
Yes.
I
No,
was
that was
like-
when he was coming in. When he was coming in, she was walking to the door and she turned it to close, and then he came in. Because I noticed it
Shady.
too.
I was
Shady.
like, yes, girl.
Yeah.
You tell him.
Yeah.
Look, I want to talk to
And
you.
then he came in.
We
anyway.
closed.
But I thought that was clever.
yeah,
I
that
thought
was
it
yeah.
cute.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that moment.
All right. So the next storyline we're gonna get to is Hattie, Bonnie, Angelica,
Oh my
Lucas,
God.
John, Marlena.
I saw some of this. Oh, hilarious.
It's fun. It's fun. I'm sorry, and I know that people are still on the fence with Angelica.
They are.
Morgan
I know they
Fairchild,
are. I know they are.
And I've said it from the beginning. I am 100% Team Morgan
She
Fairchild, Team
is
Angelica.
royalty. She is.
Well, she's
TV
like my
royalty.
grandmother in the show.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Which ironically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't
So-
know that, never met her. But she's my grandma.
but seriously, she's TV royalty. She's been around for a long time.
And just
it's
seeing
amazing.
her, I'm
Yeah.
going to say it again. Seeing her, Deidre Hall, and Judy Evans do these things
Hilarious.
is what makes it
I agree.
so hysterical and amazing.
And that's what made this week fun for me because it's like a girls' night that I want to be a part of.
Right.
Like I suddenly wanted to knock on their door and be like, I brought more vodka and pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Like they were having so like
Yeah.
it's like they've created their own little world and they are just so fun to watch. And I just love how they're playing their characters play someone else. And you can see it like how they add those little normal like Marlena and Adrian isms, but then they still keep that Hattie and Bonnie isms. And it's like it's so genius. It's like I sit there and I'm like, this is some Meryl Streep stuff that's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Hattie and
It's so
Bonnie,
good.
baddie.
Bad. Well, I saw an interview recently with Deidre Hall saying that her and Judy Evans just getting this in the makeup chair and just get so excited.
Yeah.
They just let loose. Like,
Yeah.
let loose on these scenes.
Yeah.
And you can see that.
It's got to be a hoot.
Yes.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
the two characters in themselves are just
Right.
very like hooty and very
Yeah.
like
Right.
carefree, and they're not so. I don't want to use the word uptight, but I'm going to use the
Yeah.
word uptight. They're not like
Yeah. But
uppity
even when
They're just having a good
Marlena
time.
comes
Yeah.
in, or
Yes.
Hattie comes in, and she's like, she has to get the jacket off.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
It
Like
is.
I'm just
I
like,
agree.
oh, this is so funny.
And I just love the compliments like, oh, you look good, girl.
I know.
And those pajamas that she bought
Oh, I know.
from the nearby grocery store.
Oh my God.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it all. I loved it.
So basically, Hattie broke up. I don't know how to say it. Hattie broke up with John. Marlena
Yes.
broke
Yes,
up with
right.
John. I guess
Yes.
Marlena in quotes. And Bonnie, hashtag Adrian, broke up with Lucas.
Although Bonnie was like, listen,
I want a piece of that.
I may give you a whirl before I break it up. Because she was just like, okay. And I for a second I put myself in her shoes. I was like, would I just like go ahead and then be like, all right, we got to break up.
Right.
I think my little Samantha side would have. Yeah, I would
You would've
have.
got a piece first?
I would have said,
Interesting.
listen, let me just
Who's the slutty one?
Yes, she was.
For the record.
Let me just
Just
get myself
saying.
out of the way and just like, I mean, she just got out of prison. Have fun, girl.
I agree with
Have
that. Why
fun.
not?
Have fun. He was ready. She was ready.
It's Brian Cotillo. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Have a little rumble in the sheets and then be like, okay, listen, we got to talk. This ain't going to work. Bye.
And
Bag stuff up, walk
also
away.
the swapping out of them, because you of course you're already thinking, how is this going to work? How are they going to do this? I feel like it's working for me. Like, believable that to put Marlena in the psychiatric ward, like it was believable.
Oh, right,
and they're like,
right.
she's going to think she's going to tell you she's somebody else. She's not. She's crazy. Love it. And swapping. I mean, I'm glad that we didn't see the actual swapping of Bonnie because it seemed a little far-fetched, but it's still okay by me because it still worked. And, you know, now she's in jail, and I don't know. I just think it's hysterical. I was thinking, too, like, how funny would it be if somehow her and Sonny crossed paths?
Oh, my God. Oh.
Like, Mom?
I don't think it'd be funny. Anyway, or I think that Abby Lee Miller should be her.
Shut up. Well, Abby Lee is in actual jail.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So that would be hard to film now, but yeah.
Yeah. So those were all the kind of like all the little Bonnie, Hattie things that were going on.
I will say, I still don't quite get Angelica's plan. But I'm just on board with that. It includes Hattie and Bonnie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, there was even the scene where she was explaining to Bonnie how it was going to work, and even Bonnie said, "Well, wait a minute, why are you hooking me up with Justin if you want to be with Justin?"
Yeah.
And it was a little kind of like, "Well, I got to get them together so I can break them up," or I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because she wants her to get with him, to break up with him like for good.
Yeah.
So that she can swoop in.
I
kind of get that.
I
kind of get that.
If they like it, I love
chance it.
There you go. You like it. I love it.
But as long as everyone's on the same page, that's the thing.
Well, yeah.
I mean, one little slip up and it's like,
Right.
well, I'm gonna keep him for myself.
Right.
That's true. That's very true. That's very true.
So then on Friday, the orderly comes in for when Marlena's in the cell, and he tries to feed her, and she gets him to take the straitjacket off. And somehow she stole the phone. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, she's slick.
Yeah.
Didn't see that happen.
That's right,
And so it ends with her calling John. So
Yeah.
we don't know what happens if. My guess is the call's not going to be clear,
Exactly.
and it's just going to be John going,
I
"Hello?
mean, listen.
Hello? I can't hear you. Hello?"
I was thinking, like, whoever his network is, it's a strong signal in that padded cell.
It's not AT&T.
Yeah. I was like, that's strong there. That's real strong.
And then the only other thing I wanted to
Oh,
mention,
wait. Before you mention that, I wanted to point out that the orderly, I totally thought to myself, that could have been me.
Oh, my God.
That could have been me.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
But wasn't. Maybe they're saving me for Maxine's son.
Maybe.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Possibly.
She's on a new show called The Guest Book on TBS.
Yeah.
Well,
And she's hilarious.
Thanks for
Maybe.
killing my dream.
No more rights. She's one of the stars. She's good.
I do love her. Okay, continue.
And then I loved the part when Bonnie and Hattie were in the room. Hattie was like, "Have some cheesy poops."
I was like, those are Cheetos.
Exactly.
Cheetos. Those are
But
puff
all that was
Cheetos.
going on, and then Eric, they're obviously in Martin House. They're not in a hotel room. They're actually in a room at Martin House because Eric came in to go to his room.
That's what I was confused
Yeah.
about because the door doesn't look the same.
Yeah. Well, I think it was kind of a sudden. I don't know. You know
It's
how
just
they do.
as confusing there, though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's so confusing.
Oh, I can imagine.
I'm in one house, and they're like, oh, no, this is the Kiriakis man. They're like, yeah. Oh,
Like,
okay.
what?
Okay, got it.
What's
They're like right next to
happening?
each other. Why
Yeah.
are they right next to each other?
So I don't know. I don't know if Eric's gonna come in. I don't know if there's gonna be something there. But I thought it
Well,
was interesting.
he
that
like listened
kinda
in and then
overheard.
walked away.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
listening.
A lot of overhearing.
You're right. You're right. It's
Lot of
old
overhearing.
school.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
And yeah, so those were I guess the three major. And then there was I feel
And
like
then
there
of
was a fourth.
But of course, what were they watching during the?
Oh, the porn.
Which
Oh, yeah.
for some reason I was like, how did they get Deidre Hall to agree to this?
They were.
I think they are loving every
They
minute.
probably
Yeah.
like she loves.
I think they are loving every minute.
They're like, adult entertainment all day.
That's so funny.
That was fun.
Um,
See, what a wonderful girls' night.
that's
It
right.
was.
Cheesy poofs and porn.
Porn.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man. That's a Saturday night I've ever heard one.
I
It's a Tuesday afternoon. All right, so next, and I'm going to argue that this is another kind of major storyline this week,
Yeah.
was the Brady, Nicole, Eric stuff that was going on, because that was kind of all going on simultaneously with all this other stuff. And you know, there was a lot of, as you said, a lot of snooping.
Yes,
Brady
especially
is,
with Brady.
Brady is, you know, it's so funny. Me and James were laughing because also in the News Digest, they have a thing where they ask all the soap stars a question and they all give an answer, and they ask them what's something they would change about their character. And Brady says, "I wish he'd be smarter. I have a higher IQ." And I'm going to say, well, I feel like finally he's at least getting a clue. Like, I need to follow this bitch and see where she's going.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go that his dream came true.
Go on, Eric. Go on, Eric Martzoff.
Yeah, because he's been doing some snooping, and he obviously thinks that Eric and Nicole are sleeping together, and that he took. I don't know why he would think that he took naked pictures of her.
I don't know.
Because he's drunk.
Yeah, and that was the other big thing. Him and Lucas have decided
They're
to
drinking.
hit the bottle.
I mean, listen, they're going through a lot. Like Lucas again.
But he was sober too.
Yeah, they both.
Lucas and
Yeah.
Brady were
Okay,
sober.
I
Half
knew
of Salem is in AA.
In the A or NA.
Just for the record,
Okay.
you're going to be there next week.
All
Trust
right.
me.
I know. I've been in a bunch already.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I'm curious to see where they're going to go with this, because she found the paper, the letters that Eric, wrote to her and all stuff.
Yeah.
And it's hard because Daniel's dead. Sorry to mention the name, but Daniel's dead.
Speak glad you didn't work with
And I wonder how they're going to make them reconcile in some form. I don't know if it's going to work. Eric and Nicole.
Well, they have.
They kind of, but how far are they going to go?
Right.
That's what I'm wondering.
What, the making up?
Yeah, how far are they going to go?
Well, I think that they are at this point.
Yeah, I mean, she's totally forgiven him. They definitely have a great friendship, and it's kind of, they're trying to take us back to the 90s when they first met.
Right.
But what I still don't understand is, why is it such a secret about these letters, and that they're, and I say that, and then I realize, well, I kind of get that Brady is still jealous because the Halo 2.0 made everybody do their true feelings. And because they kiss, like, he feels a little insecure now.
Yes.
But it's like, will someone just tell him that they're not doing it and that, like, he has nothing to worry about, so that way he didn't have to hit the bottle? Like, he even went to Maggie, and for 2 seconds I felt bad for Maggie. I was like, Brady, if you don't get up out of Maggie's face, like, I feel like Maggie was 2 seconds away from looking at him and being like, you got 2.5 seconds to get up out of my face.
Maggie will throw down. Maggie's a farm girl. She's a farm girl. She will throw down.
You're talking about Brady?
Yeah.
Maggie will throw down.
And Maggie, being loyal, didn't say anything. But it's like, come on, will somebody just like, girl, you. Like, see, that was a moment where I wish I was walking down the hallway pushing the car and be like, girl, you ain't got nothing to worry about. They ain't doing nothing. I come by this room all the time. I never hear nothing. They just in there taking pictures and giggling. And that's it.
That's it.
I like that.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I think that was kind of the biggest thing with this that happened was Brady snoops through Eric's room and finds the amulet that has been missing all this time.
The amulet.
So whether it was planted there or whether he actually put it there, we will soon find out. Then Eli was confronted by my two favorite people in Salem, Rafe and Hope.
He's totally kidding.
And
Really?
clearly.
Sarcasm is like such a hard thing.
Yeah, very hard.
And they basically, the only thing that amounted to that was they found out from Eli that Dario was working with someone in Salem. We still don't know who, but that's what's him. Then Lieutenant Raines.
This scene got on my nerves.
Okay, but I think I know why this scene happened.
Because you think
Should I
it's
save it
Raines?
for predictions?
You think it's Raines?
I think Raines is the person that was working with Dario.
Someone else mentioned that last week in the chat.
Because I did this. Otherwise, this scene, I don't get why this scene even happened.
Yeah.
Because it was like, well, why does he care? Like, he knows he can't get information about the FBI. He's smart enough to know that. So there's obviously something else to this.
But I was also kind of like Lonnie, like looking at him the same way, like, you're being too much right now. Like, get it together. I am the mayor's daughter.
Yeah.
Now, on a side note, Aaron D. Spears, who plays Lieutenant Raines, is on Bold and the Beautiful. He plays Justin. He was on this week also on Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
It's good to see him on two shows at once, like Wally Kurth.
Yeah.
Doing two shows at once. And he's been on my show, Bold Breakdown. He's a really nice guy.
Listen,
I love
get that
Aaron.
check.
And Wally, too. I've interviewed Wally and Aaron. But Aaron is a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Get that
Very nice
check.
guy. Very nice guy.
I do it too.
But Wally's a nice guy, too. We love Wally. We love Wally. He's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, Wally's funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious. But Aaron D. Spears was on 2 shows this week. It was kind of funny to see him on both shows. So I wonder what's going to happen if he's the guy on days, and of course he'll just go back to basketball full time.
Well, at least he's got a second job. I'm putting that out there. We also found out that
Sunday.
Victor actually did hire Xander to potentially kill Deimos, but the plan didn't work. So that was another thing that was kind of uncovered, even though.
Now, what I'm trying to figure out is you done broke this man out of jail, right? Done flew him on a private jet from Greece all the way to Salem to kill a man, and then he comes back to you and says, "It didn't happen."
Right.
You know how mad I would be to really go through all that planning and to find out that you didn't even do. That's why his ass went back to jail because he was like, plane, and it just went back.
Well, it's because Xander just realized that he wanted more. Like, this is worth more than just whatever you're paying me. I want more. He wanted more out of it. That's why.
You're like now.
Not justifying it, but whatever.
Well, you could have kept him in jail.
But also, there's not like a local hire of some sort that can do this.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like some local hire, some just crazy person that would be like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, sure.
There's got to be a
I'm with, like,
Kyriakis
$10 and some Fruit
henchman
Loops.
somewhere.
All right, cool, I can do that. Yeah.
One that's been lying dormant for a little while.
Yeah.
You went through all this trouble. You done gave him a spoon and said break out of jail and meet the plane at this time, and then flew him over with his little porn magazine and stuff, and it still didn't work. It's like, oh my goodness, you could have did that locally.
Locally.
You could have done that yourself just to save time.
Yeah, I mean, it would have took just as much time because
Or just go, hey man, there's like 4 people accused of it right now.
Yeah.
Just blame one.
Right.
Choose the one you
not
don't
Sunny.
like. Yeah, choose the one you don't
Sunny.
like as much.
Yeah.
Well, that's what because there was one of the scenes he was talking about. He was on the phone with somebody, I do believe, saying we need to put the attention on somebody else now. So my guess is he maybe placed the amulet in Eric's room. Is my guess. I don't know. I'm guessing. I have no idea. Unfortunately, they don't tell me in advance.
That's a lot of planning there.
And the only other thing was we got a little glimpse of Miss
Chloe.
Nadia Bjorlin at the
Yay.
end of the episode. That made me happy. I was like, oh, yay!
The
She's still
beautiful
around.
Nadia, the
So
beautiful-
that
so
made me
pretty.
happy.
She's
So
so
we'll see.
pretty. She's so pretty.
I'm hoping it's a Chloe Lucas reunion because I would not be
how
opposed
funny.
to that.
How funny.
Oh yeah, because he did mention she was one of the girls that
Oh, and I was going to say too, somebody in the chat room wrote just now that Lucas mentions Will's death too when he's drinking with Brady. So that was kind of nice little tie-in. Although somebody also did say in the chat room that I'm going to let it go because it was different writers. That he didn't drink when Will died, but now he's drinking because Adrian broke up with him. So I'm going to let it go because they were different writers and they obviously are going about it different ways.
Well,
so
let's just say this is a build-up.
Yeah,
Right.
and maybe it's just like so much has happened. This is now
Right.
it's like now I just need a drink.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So that's maybe that's how he's feeling. So
Yeah.
it's still justifiable. Like
This is usually me about 5 minutes into the show.
5 minutes into it, the pre-show, honey.
Rude.
True.
Rude. Billy, do you hear how he's talking to me?
Oh my God.
Did you say Billy?
Yeah, he did. He did.
I will say I really liked the bro party that Brady and Lucas had.
Yeah, I love that.
was fun.
I
I like that
liked
they're
it a
doing
lot,
that.
too. I thought they both did a great
Yeah,
job.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was this week.
Yay
Days
for
of
this
Our
week.
Lives.
Yeah.
We made it through. Made it through. Time to spare. All right, let's get through segments and then we can take some phone calls.
Yes.
And news and gossip.
Perfect.
Sounds good. Okay, first segment tonight is Tony's 3 Snaps Award.
All right, so I felt like I had many 3 Snaps Award moments. Oh my goodness, I feel like I just forgot who I was going to give the 3 Snaps Award to.
Interesting.
This is the first time it ever
Write
happened.
it down.
Interesting.
I normally do, but
Decided.
I'm pulling a mark right now and I can't
Oh
remember
my God.
who the 3
This is
Snaps
the first
Award
time
goes
ever.
to.
There's a
Is it
lot
Bonnie?
of shit going on.
Oh,
there.
yes, now I do remember. Okay, because I was going back and forth.
Shirtless Eli.
No,
No.
I was going to give it to.
Because he's not allowed because Kyler will find out
There's a
and Kyler will
pause
get
there, though.
upset.
There's still a pause there for
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Well, No. Wait a second.
Why does everyone keep playing into this Kyler Pettis thing?
You gotta embrace it like he does. He
That's
embraces
right.
it with Billy.
Exactly.
Well, I told Mark, like, my fear now is that when he comes to the show, it's just going to be like this thing, and I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, like, we have to address the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room, that's right. I love it.
Oh, you know him that well.
Anywho, so I was going to give the 3 snaps to Eric Greg Vaughn for his snap decision of being like, Penny, girl, how are you?
Oh, that was good.
That was real good. I was like, that was quick thinking.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Oh, yes.
Because there was that moment where Nicole finds out that Holly's going to be in the square, so she goes to the square, and she picks, which the whole time, Tommy, I was not the only one going, girl, do not go near that fucking baby.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, girl, take that picture
I'm like,
and go.
stop it.
Like, don't even go.
Yeah.
And now you calling the,
But
mommy's
Eric
here,
did save
mommy's
the day.
here. Yes.
Eric saved the day.
So he reminded me of like that one friend in the club when like you're talking to like the wrong guy and come on like, oh, hey, Keisha, girl, come here. Like, that was a great moment.
Saving someone.
Yes.
Yes.
So I was going to give it to him, but I have to give it to the girls' party that I would love to be a part of.
Yes.
And that's Bonnie and Hattie. So Bonnie and Hattie, Deidre Hall and Judy Evans, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh,
Oh, snap.
There it is.
Thank you.
All right, and it is now time for...
Mark's Quote of the Week.
There
Who
it
does
is.
these ridiculous things?
I was like,
So my quote of
someone
the
yelling
week...
in the background.
So my quote of the week this week is going to go to Miss Marcy Miller. When Gabby walks in, Gabby walks in and goes, how are you feeling? And she said, like I've been hit by a car. I was peeing myself.
That was a good one. That was a good
That
one.
was like the best, and it was like on Friday too. So I was like, God, I don't have a quote of the week, and then
And
it was
then
like this
that
little
happened.
gem handed to me.
Yes.
So thank you, Marcy Miller, for that lovely moment. That was my quote of the week.
Mark's Quote of the Week.
That. So fan of the week today, I'm going to give to it is Me World 2. Always makes comments on our. I've been kind of going through our videos and looking at the comments, and I don't know he or she. I don't know me World.
Yeah.
They
Just me.
keep putting. It's me. It's me. A lot of commentary
It's me, World.
and their opinions on the stories and things that we've talked about in
Yeah.
the show, and puts a lot of time and writes quite a bit of stuff. So I felt like that deserved
Yes.
fan of the week for being so dedicated to the show
Congratulations.
and Days of Our Lives and
Yeah.
putting his opinion or her opinion in there. So I'm going to give you a fan of the week for that.
Okay.
Oh, look. And then they just commented and said, I like I got being hit by a car, died.
Oh,
Right.
is there in the chat room?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
And
Oh.
he.
He.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Me World. He.
Oh,
yes.
he.
I'm glancing over every once in
You
a while.
are you are the
we
fan of
should
the
share.
week.
That way you can see
Yeah.
all the fans
And
chit-chatting.
now, if you will, Stephen, or Tony, you probably know the phone number. If you want to tell them the phone number.
Y'all call in. It's 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749.
Oh, we have a number on
Already.
call already. Let's take it. All right, you're on Audition Days. What is your name and where you're calling from?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Are you there? All
I
right.
always feel bad for the
Fossilin.
person that calls
Is
and
there
they're-
anybody there?
and then it's them and they're watching like, oh my God, that was me. That was me and I didn't
That was
hear them.
supposed to be me on the phone.
Hello. It's me.
Yes, Lucas is taking questions. And the phone number is 424-253-0.
749.
Thank you. The rest of it was covered up. There it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
Hey, it's Mike Riley from New York.
Mike
oh,
Riley.
Mike Riley. Mike Riley's one of my favorite callers because he loves Billy Flynn even more than Mark. And I love hearing
Okay,
them go
and
at
he's
it.
the one caller that you're
Competition.
allowed to be mean to.
Okay.
Lucas.
All right.
No.
Go ahead, Mike.
Don't do that. I just want to say that to Lucas, that sorry, I'm getting like my voice is
No, you're-
resonating back
you're
at
fine.
me.
Puberty.
Yeah, oh my God. go away. I think that you are a great addition to the show. I feel like everyone took to you from day one.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some ups and downs with some of the younger actors, if I may be honest, but you are very natural. There's no overacting on your part. There's nothing staged about you. Every line you deliver, whether you're just going through normal scenes or you're at the at the height of your emotions.
The cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
It just comes off very, very natural. Well, that's
thank
what
you
I
very
would say.
much.
I mean, you kept calling him like the dormant crazy, but I find it so believable because, he's dealing with a person who he believes killed his mother. So it doesn't even come off as crazy to me. It comes off as, this young kid who grew up without parents, only to find out that the mother's dead and he's being forced to live with her killer. So I don't know. I thought it was very believable. The acting was really, really great, Lucas.
I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's all I hope for. That it looks good and it sounds good because that's just what it's one of the things I love to do. So it's awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Mike, I was just going to tell you, I was talking to Billy the other day. We were hanging out, and he wanted me to tell you to go screw yourself.
Oh, the rivalry. Mike Riley, is there a rebuttal?
Claiming your time. Claiming your time.
No, because we have a guest in the room.
All of a sudden,
Can I just
she's
say-
a lady.
can I just say about Lucas's looks. I'm just like watching the interview today, and there's actually something about Lucas that reminds me of Billy.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's like kind of like a seriousness to their face, but you can tell that they're kind of joking around behind the eyes. And you both don't have really like conventional good looks. You kind of have like matinee idol, like very 1950s. Like you're very kind of James Dean, and I think Billy also has that kind of matinee idol look to him. So
Okay.
I think like if you were to be cast as brothers, it would be very, very believable because even though one's blonde and one's brunette, I don't know. I think you have very.
I got like a
similar vibes.
dark blonde though, so
Dark
that kind of
blonde,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
It's like a dirty blonde, dirty blonde.
And but in terms of just the show, I'm sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
Now that I'm done like kissing everybody's booty. If I have the feeling that either that scene with Lonnie Raines is either Dario's partner or they're just throwing us a red herring.
That's, yeah.
If he's the partner and they get rid of Raines, does that mean if he's the commissioner? Does that mean the commissioner spot is then open?
It sure
does
is.
that mean Roman is going to come back as commissioner? Because I'm not dealing with that.
I don't know. He's
I
doing
like
good
it better on the
bartending.
club. And truthfully, what they should do, and because I'm so over Hope and Race, is why not just like break them up and have Hope the commissioner and like put her in a new direction? I think that would be more interesting.
I'm down with that.
Just as long as it keeps Roman out of the
course
station,
you
I'm cool.
Hope as a commissioner after she done shot dead Stefano DiMera?
Oh, he deserved it.
Well, I mean, true, but still.
But he's not really
And-
dead, remember?
And he's not really dead.
Well, that's true. Well, fine.
Well, Michael, as amazing it is to speak to you, we're going to hang up on you now. I'm kidding.
Okay, can I just say James, much love to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
All
Mike
right.
Riley.
And nothing from me. Thank you, Mike
Goodbye.
Riley. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Love
Thank
all of
you.
Oh my God. Bye.
Bye, Mike Riley. Bye.
All right, let's take another. Go
I
ahead.
forgot about there was a great moment between Hope and Eli when Hope came over and was like,
Take that back.
was kind of like, tell me like what happened because we're Hortons, and so and Eli was like, wait a minute, now I haven't been a Horton that long.
Yes, that was funny.
That was good.
That was a good one.
All
Okay,
right.
oh, make sure you put mute on your computer.
I was like, wait.
That's me laughing.
All right, caller, you're on Dish and Days. Please mute your computer. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Bakersfield, California.
Oh,
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
Central
And your
Valley.
name?
Brittany Duran.
Hi,
Hey,
Brittany.
Brittany. Oh, Brittany, are you a first-time caller?
Yes.
Well, welcome. I'm gonna have a pizza roll for you.
Brittany, what is you have something for Lucas?
Yes. I wanted to ask Lucas, like, how was it, like, doing the scenes where, like, he had to, like, really find out, like, the emotional scene, like, where he had to find out, like, what really happened to his mom?
It was draining. Like I was saying earlier, it was draining, but it was so much fun to do in that sense because it was an emotional state that not many people at least live their normal lives. Like they never actually hit that emotional state a lot of times. And so being able to try to portray that was awesome because it was just, I don't know, it was something that like we were really building up to. I knew it was going to happen, and so I had been looking forward to that scene for so long, and getting to be kind of like a villain, but also really showing that like vulnerable side of the villain. So it's almost like it's justifiable evil for him, and that's why it was so much fun to do, and it was such like a really hard and deep feeling, I guess. I don't even know how to describe it. It was something. It was really hard to get into, but it was great when we finally got there, and so that was really fun. If that made any sense at all. It made sense in my head.
We were with you.
Yeah,
we were with you. We thought we
Mark
got it.
J, my favorite part of watching this live on YouTube was when Mark J. Freeman was like, thought Billy Flynn walked in. I was like,
I never know with him. He loves to surprise me. He loves to surprise me.
I love that.
Thank you so much for calling, Brittany. We hope you'll call back again
thank
another
you so
time.
much.
Yeah.
okay,
Thanks,
thank
Brittany.
you. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Do we have another?
caller.
Yay, we like first-time callers.
I know.
And we got another one. Your audition days. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Mark. It's Lonnie.
Hi, Lonnie. You have
Hi,
a.
Tony. I
Hi.
have a question for Lucas.
All
Okay.
right,
Yes, ma'am.
let's do it.
Okay. What other things do you like to do when you're not on days?
I play a lot of sports, honestly.
Do you want to talk about what's in the new soap opera?
Sure, because I have
There's a little article about you in here.
idea. Yeah,
You
I
didn't
had
know
no idea.
that?
No, I didn't.
You like to play video games with
I do.
Christopher Sean and
yeah,
Kyler.
And Kyler.
Which is
Hold on, there's a little thing in here.
yes.
Where did I just see that? I just read it.
Yeah,
Go
so-
ahead.
so
You
yeah.
can talk.
no, I mean
Here.
I play a lot of sports and I play a lot of video games. Let's
There
see
you
what
go,
here.
right here.
Oh yes.
On newsstands now.
I think
Yes.
it is the latest. He's reading
Yeah, we
it.
play. You know, we play a lot of video games. It looks like we're always hanging out, going out eating with each other. No, but like, no, this is great. But no, I play a lot of different sports. Like every weekend, I'm in like a baseball league, a football league, and I've been in basketball leagues, and I'm in a softball league during the week, and then I play video games whenever I'm not doing that. And so I'm very active at all times. And then like Kyler and I and like my friends like Shaq and Joey will go out and play soccer as well. And
Who's Shaq and Joey?
oh no, they're my friends from
What are they?
the Disney show that I was on beforehand.
Liv and Maddie,
Liv
right?
and Maddie.
Liv and
yes.
Maddie.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we go out and we play soccer all the time as well. And we're all on a softball team together starting up in September.
Dang.
And so I would go crazy if I didn't play sports. Wow. So that's my.
And another
off time.
question I had is if you came back to days, what character would you want to play?
If I came back as like a completely different person.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, honestly, it'd be kind of cool to be kind of like a Xander character, like that kind of like a hitman
Yeah.
style, or like
Billy's
like
brother.
or like a Patch. Or Billy's brother. Billy's brother. That's really what it was. That's honestly what it was. Or like a Patch character, kind of
Yeah.
like his like that demeanor. Because I always thought that was just like a cool like secret agent kind of style.
Anti-hero.
Which
Exactly.
I thought that was the direction they were going to go in
Yeah.
when they went on the stakeout together.
Right.
Yeah.
And caught those people having sex.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're going to do this route. But then the other plan came up, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, I could see him as a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, don't ask him to prescribe anything, but
No, I mean I'll make sure it's just it's plugged in correctly.
There you go. There you go. Lonnie, thank you so much for calling in. And before you hang up, just so you know, Janaea in the chat room wants to say hello to you. Are you there?
Hello?
Oh, hello.
There you are.
Hello.
Who wanted to say hi?
Janaea, is it Janaea?
yeah.
In the chat room, she just typed in the chat room, hi to Lonnie on the phone. So I wanted to.
Oh, yeah, tell her hi.
She can hear you.
Yeah, she can hear you fine.
The name. Okay.
Thank you, Lonnie.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, Mark.
Bye.
Bye, Tony.
Bye. We do have a question in the chat room. MeWorld2 asks, Lucas, what was it like to work with co-stars who are playing two different persons, like Deidre Hall, Judy Evans, and outside of days, Dove Cameron?
Dove.
Wait, Dove.
Dove.
Dove. He dove.
No,
Dove.
Dove. No, I mean, I've never worked with actually Deidre and Judy in that sense, and like where they play two different people. But Dove, I mean, it was amazing because like she was obviously an amazing actress in the begin with. Like she could play these two different characters and give them both life. And I mean, the hardest part was just making sure you remember where you were standing at that time. Just because everything's a hot set, so you can't touch anything, or one thing is off, or you can't be in like this one little line because that's when the camera's gonna be breaking over. So if you have your hand there, it'll be cut off like when in the next scene, and so it would. So it's really fun, but it's all technical. So that was really cool.
Is it Dove on The Descendants?
Yes. Yeah, she plays Mal.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she's good.
She's great.
And Daquan wants to know, who would you like to work with who you haven't worked with yet?
On the show?
On days.
That's a good question. Because I've worked with almost everyone. And I think, honestly, Morgan Fairchild would be really cool to work with.
Well, yeah, she's your grandmama.
Well, yeah, but also my mom would be super jealous. And so, like, because she called me immediately, going, "Did you know that Morgan Fairchild on the show?" I was like, I think so. and that would be something to really kind of be like, yeah. So this is what happened to me today, just because she is like what you said, royalty. And so it's like that'd be really cool.
Does any of your family members watch Days or watch Days before you got on it?
My sister used to. She watched it when Kirsten Storms was on.
During that era.
She was a big fan of her,
Yes.
and so she would watch it all the time. So she knew everybody that was coming in, and then my parents watched it whenever like they were in school and things like that, and because they remember Patch and Kayla growing up, and they said it's so weird now that I'm his son because that was like the guy they liked on the show back in the day. And so I was like, that's so interesting, kind of just like full circle. And so I thought that was really cool.
So have they asked for autographs and
no,
and things like that?
They wouldn't do that. My nephews would do that. No, they wouldn't. Because my nephews are like 11 and younger, so they would all ask for me to do that.
I'm trying to think how is Angelica? Because Angelica was.
She's Ava's mom.
Ava's mom.
Yeah.
Angelica?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. That's what I was told.
Interesting.
So she's Ava's mom. That's why her and Steve have that kind of dynamic as well.
Because I was thinking, well, she was Jack's stepmother. So
she was married to Harper.
Which would also be Steve's stepmother, which would be your step-grandmother. But I guess if it's on the Ava side. Okay. All right. Okay. Because someone wrote in the chat room too, and I was thinking that too earlier. I was like, wait, how is that? Okay. All right. Good. Answered my question.
There's one that says, "Ask James to confirm." That.
James is like our historian. So.
I've watched soaps longer than anybody else.
Yeah, because you've been around longer. I mean, it's true. It's not fact.
That is true.
I mean, it's not fact. It's
Yeah, it's the attitude of like he's right.
I mean, you can't be mad because I'm right. I mean, it's no shade. It's facts.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a difference. There is a difference. There's a difference. What was it like working on a Disney show? Because you kind of hear things about how Disney kind of is. What was it like? Being a part of Liv and Maddie and working under the Disney umbrella?
Honestly, it was great. I didn't obviously have to sign the contracts that a lot of people do for regulars, but I was a heavily recurring guest star, and so I got to be there a lot. And I mean, that show, I met my girlfriend from the show. I met I have a group of basically 10 people that are my best friends in the world, and I met them all from this show. Wow. And so, and ever since the first day we worked there, we've hung out almost every day ever since. Wow. And so, the fact, and I've had a lot of great friends and best friends ever since I've been out here, but you never find people that are real people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until these people came in there. So that's why it's like I mean I give that show everything because I met my best friends. I met my family there. Aww. And so we have family dinner every Thursday.
That's
with everybody. Yeah, everybody. Someone new cooks every week. And so it's
well, we'll be over. Is it Thursday? You said?
Thursday, 7:30.
I am free. Come on. So I'll be there I'll be there just only for 5 minutes. I'll just have a plate.
Comes.
So now you're on the
I had to put that in there. But
I love it. I love it. He's like, gotta go.
I don't even know what to say to that.
No.
I'm just gonna sit here.
I'll bring the alcohol.
I'll just send you an invitation.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'll peep in and be like, "Hey, just here for dinner." Hi. Well, I love that shows bring people together because it's like how this show brought Billy and Mark together.
That's right.
It's
true.
so beautiful.
We wouldn't be the special couple.
Plus,
that
we were
are.
there for the whole week because for Disney, like you shoot one episode with 2 days, and then the rest of it is just rehearsal during the week. So most of the time, we're just there hanging out. Like we'd bring the PlayStation and just hang out in the dressing room and play video games while we're just waiting there. And so then we all just became really good friends. and We'd hang out afterwards, and then the rest was history.
Yeah.
And so that was. Yeah, and then obviously I met my beautiful girlfriend. If you're watching, Shelby, I love you very much.
Shelby, come on, girl.
Shout out to Shelby.
Yes.
Hey, Shelby. What was your first like big break in the industry, like that role that you were like, oh my goodness, I'm about to make it?
Well, I was on True Blood a while back, which I actually came to AfterBuzz TV for that. as well. Yes, I was on there for an episode for True Blood, and that was one that got me a lot more of the kind of like the media in, like toward me, and so that was like kind of got that step up, and then honestly, I've done a lot of random things, but the Disney show had such the following that I had never like really seen before. That like my Instagram went up like crazy, and that was just because because they're like Days, except they're just young, like they're really young people. They're like 12 to like 16, 17 years old, and they love the show, and so they're diehard fans, and that's amazing because it's so like because they are such good fans. And so I think honestly, Liv and Maddie really launched it. So
loyal
fans, very loyal fans.
I'll ask it since you're not asking it, and it's your question that you always ask. Had you gone into Days for audition for another role prior to auditioning for this role?
I don't remember if I did it with Days. I know I auditioned for Marnie before.
Oh, okay.
Can't remember if it was exactly 4 days.
Okay.
But that was the only time I'd ever done that. I had gone through all the chemistry for Young and the Restless.
Okay.
Or was it Bold and Beautiful?
I know you get
One
those
of the
two
two.
confused because they're in the same building.
That's what it was.
They're
I was
building
about to say
themselves,
they were like in this. It was like in the
They are.
same main office that
They
we had
are.
to go up to the top. So
okay.
like I don't remember which one it was, but it was I was for that one for a while.
Yeah.
Like that was like a long process. That was a longer process than Days was.
Wow.
One other question before we do news and gossip. How often on set does Billy talk about me?
I think like, at least in between every other take. I'm almost positive.
I'll let him know to tone it down.
Yeah.
Because I know he's like, Mark.
I know.
Mark.
Oh
I'm
my!
like,
It's more like in the makeup room. We're like going, we get it, Billy. We love him. And so
Also, it's kind of like here when Mark brings up Billy, and I'm like, we get it, Mark. We get it.
we get it. You love him. We got it.
All right, it is time for news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Tony, don't you have an event coming up?
Why, yes. I'm so glad you turned it over to me, Mark. You guys don't forget, August 26th, I will be in Boston with some of your favorite Days of Our Lives stars. We have Eric Martzoff, Billy Flynn, Rob Wilson, Vincent Irizarry, Judy Evans, and James Reynolds, all coming into Boston for a wonderful event with DOOL Coast Events. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, please do. You can go to DOOL, D-U-A-L, Coast Events.com for tickets and information, and I'll see you in Boston.
That's on the 26th?
On the 26th.
I won't be able to go. I might go to Sydney. Sorry.
it's the same day as the McGregor-Mayweather fight.
It is. It's the same thing as that fight.
I will note, and we can play the tape back, that last week when I made this announcement, you said, oh, I can't go because it's opening weekend.
But I can leave for Sydney after I finish my shift. Because it's 11 o'clock
Goodbye.
p.m. I can leave work and go straight to the airport.
He's got to wash his hair.
He has to kiss his Billy Flynn photo for good luck.
Lucas just gets me. Don't forget Saturday, August 19th on Hallmark Channel, our girl Jen Lele will be 9 p.m. on Eat, Play, Love. Play, not pray, play, love. Which with Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner.
Yes.
Hello, Bionic Man, Bionic
Woman.
Woman. No one ever mentioned that to me
I had
before.
the biggest crush on her as a
Yeah.
child. Oh my God, Lindsay Wagner was
We're that
You had a
old.
crush on somebody named Lindsay?
Lindsay
The
Wagner.
Bionic Woman.
Bionic
Interesting.
Yeah, so don't forget to tune in for that. Also, we won't show them because we don't have time, but I put links in the descriptor of today's episode of the trailers for Billy Flynn's new films. One is coming out on DVD on October 17th.
Straight to DVD.
Oh my God.
Called Escape Room.
That wasn't shade, Billy.
Billy,
That was
did
just
you
true.
hear that?
Man,
Did you hear
was
that,
just
Billy?
true.
Oh
Listen,
my
he has a movie that goes straight to DVD. I am here at AfterBuzz TV on the YouTube.
And then late last year, Billy also shot the remake of the 1950s film Dead on Arrival, and is now called DOA. It was called DOA. Now it's called Dead on Arrival. Sorry.
I read that too. I was like, what's called?
I know, right? But I put the link for that trailer in the descriptor for today as well, so you guys can go and watch those if you haven't seen them yet. And that's the news and gossip I have. Unless, Lucas, you have anything you want to tell anybody that you're going to be doing that you...
Anything coming up?
They
Or
should
you
look
want to give
for?
I'm just
another shout out to Shelby?
Oh, of course, every day.
Hey, Shelby girl.
And my dog Lando.
And
dog
Lando.
Oh,
And
Lando,
Lando.
of course.
Hey, Shelby and Lando.
No, just working.
Working.
Yep.
Well, that's
Good for
good.
you.
Work
Playing
is good.
sports.
Yep,
Playing sports.
that's right.
Yeah.
Well,
Working, playing
James
sports.
Jr., you stayed a little bit longer than you had anticipated.
I know, I
But
stayed-
we're glad that
Stayed
you
the whole
stayed.
time.
I did.
He had nothing else to do.
I'm gonna steal this line.
James,
Yeah,
why
that
don't you
was
tell
for you.
everybody where they can find you on social media?
You can find me where all James Lott Jr.'s are sold at James Lott Jr.
What the Joan Collins are you selling now?
That's it. Well, books, music, you don't sell everything.
Everything.
You know I do. I
And
sell
when
everything.
he says
Basically
everything, he
Amazon.
means
Yeah, thanks to Amazon.
everything.
Yeah, basically Amazon. I'm Amazon. Thank you.
And if you order it on Prime, he'll be at your house by 5 p.m.
Just makes drone sound effects. Sets it down and runs away.
I like
And
this.
Tony Moore, where can they find you?
And
Oh my God, they're playing it. First, my everything. I love it. Oh.
ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
Lucas, thank you so much for being here. Will
Thank
you
you
tell
for having
everybody
me.
if they're not already following you, where would they follow you on social media?
On Instagram, you can find me at the Lucas Adams. Very simple, LucasAdams. And then my Twitter is Lucas Brentley. So that's actually my middle name. So BRENTLEY. And that's all I have.
That's it. Thank you guys for being here. I'm
Where
Mark
can
J.
they find you?
Freeman. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love.
What is it again?
LORAYNELOVE.
What is it?
Lorraine Love.
I just want to make sure you can't use it for your real.
Oh, I've already got an ending. Don't worry. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
joining
Lucas.
us.
Thank you
It's a
for having
pleasure
me.
to
Thank you for
have you
having
here.
We hope you
And
come back.
We will
Of
see you
course.
next week. Thank you. Mwah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.